Alright, here we go. Let's get started. Okay, so, gonna be some multitasking tonight. Gonna play some F1. Also got the finals on the background, so it's gonna be a little bit tricky, but we can get this done. Alright? The reason why I had to start a little bit late is because Twitch got my Discord and Twitch got disconnected from each other, so I had to like repair them. So that way I can get like all my Twitch integration, get my streamer mode back on. So yeah, that's why I had to start a little bit late. But we're good to go now. Alright. So here we go. It's the 2026 season, the new DLC. Unlike other EA games where they release a new game every year, for F1 for the 2026 season, what Codemasters has done is they just did a DLC. So this is if you owned F1 25, you can get the DLC for only like $30. So let me just see what I got here for Podium Pass. So for this first season, what they're doing is they're giving away the first season for free. So there's no premium battle pass for this one. So get me a free livery, which is nice and dandy. But what I need to do is I need to go to mail. Gotta go pick up all these free goodies because I haven't played F1 25 in a while. So I gotta claim all my goodies. Yeah, get some fan tokens, get some podium experience. It's a new season. I gotta put all this stuff together. Alright, get some cash, get some experience. So this will be put toward like F1 World. So this is like the live service version, the live service part of F1. So yeah, let me get some Podium Pass experience because I decided to subscribe to EA Play because it was only like $1 for this month, so I might as well. Probably gonna cancel that by the end, so that way I don't have to deal with that. Okay, so we got some more goodies. I'm bumped up to level 12. Wow. Okay. So I was hoarding like a bunch of I was hoarding a bunch of experience then. Alright, so now that that's taken care of, let's get started with career mode. So what I'm going to be doing for this, for F1 26, I want to call it, I'll do a MyTeam career. Now we don't have to worry about copyright because I put the game on streamer mode, so none of the licensed music is going to be in the background, so we'll be fine. Alright, so we'll do a full season. I want to do custom settings. I don't want it to be too easy. I usually go with hard mode. So I usually put my... Actually, you know, forget those. I'll put the A difficulty at 69. We'll do it that way. I don't think I put too much assist. Yeah, low braking assist, no steering assist. Traction control is fine. Dynamic racing line. Pit assist, pit release assist. I kind of want to keep these on. As I get more into... Because they did kind of change some of the mechanics for the 2026 car. So I want to... I'm going to get to grips with these first before I start adding and taking away some assists. Weekend structure... I'll do full practice, one-shot quali. I'll do 5 laps, 25. I'll do medium session length. Because a long time ago, I've done a playthrough on, I think it was F123? It was either 22 or 23. I did a full playthrough of MyTeam. And I did it on 50% race distance. And it was kind of eh. So I'll start with medium for now. So this is kind of like sprint. This is kind of like sprint length, you know, because sprints are 1/3 of a full Grand Prix. So we'll try that way. Yeah, we'll go with that. Choose driver icons. I don't want to put any of the legends on here. The only reason I would put the icons are for the esports drivers, you know, because we got Opnir, Brendan Lake, Tabatunitsa. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that. So, yeah, we'll not just do the official drivers only. Don't think we really need to do the tutorials. I could skip those. Okay, let me just. I'll use a controller for this, you know. The wheel is for driving, so. Alright, so we gotta start our avatar. See, one thing I really wish they would have done is, see, obnoxiously, when you put in, you know, your character's name, at least on PS5, this is a PS5 problem, they put the keyboard, like, right here, and it's so odd. You gotta move it with the right stick. So we'll do the first name. Do right. Yep, just right. Visual appearance. Alright, they're gonna default to the Asian looking, yeah. Asian avatar. We'll go with that. Alright, so pick background. So we can choose we're gonna choose our background for the team. Engineering, corporate, personnel. Your skills in this area will allow us to do facility improvements. Engineering focus gives us more resource points for, you know, for upgrades. CFO lets us get more cash. I'm gonna go with an engineering focus. Now, I really want to do like a back marker to midfield contender sort of thing. So I'm gonna start with basic. No development for the car. But I do want to give myself some cash. So we'll do some reserves. Okay. Now we gotta pick our team identity. Now, here's what we're gonna do. Change the team name. So the funny thing about this is that we have in real life we have 22 cars because we have 11 teams. My team, well, now that we're doing my team, we're back up to 12 teams on the grid. So when I was trying to think about, what should I name my team for this playthrough, I was thinking, why not tap into the 2010s? You know, when that was the last time we had 24 cars on the grid. So let's bring back Virgin Racing. I don't know if I'll be allowed to. I don't know if they'll let me do this because Virgin Racing. You know, so Virgin was a team in the early 2010s. They lasted for about, I think, 3 to 4 years. And then basically the old assets of Virgin, they rebranded to Marussia Racing. They were there. Marussia was around for about like 1 or 3 years. I think it became Manor afterwards. They were there for a short time. Now, once that team went bust, their assets eventually got taken up by Haas. So when Haas joined the grid in 2016, they kind of took some of their assets. They haven't. It's not like a rebrand taking over the entry, but they took some stuff from Manor, Virgin, Mersha, from their old guises. All right, so they let me use it. Okay, so in terms of brand identity, so we got to go red. Secondary color has to be black, and tertiary color is gonna be white. Oh wait, hold on a sec. There we go. All right, now let's try this again. Let's do red here. Leave this black. Wait. And then last one we got white at the end. There we go. Keep fumbling it. Alright, let's confirm those changes. As for the logo. Now obviously I can't do I don't have the more detail oriented decal creator like we have in F1 Manager. I don't have the we don't have the decal editor that F1 Manager had, so I'm gonna have to be a little creative here. So no background here. This is the closest thing we have to a V, so I'm gonna have to change the color on this. Now, I gotta go back into the archives here. I just gotta look up the logo for Virgin Racing. Alright, so I gotta go with black. Oops. There we go. Actually, should I make this red? Hold on, let me invert this. Let me do... Ugh, come on. How hard is it to actually do what I'm supposed to? There we go. So we'll go with that. So we got the team badge. Now let's do the team wear. I'm gonna go with black as the primary. And then let me try to put the red. How does the red look? Okay, that looks okay. Do I want the red collar too? Yeah, that looks okay. Confirm the changes. Alright, so we got the team identity down. Now let me get into the nitty-gritty stuff. Gotta get our title sponsor. So let me see here. Xenon, just get 10 points in a season. Seren, highest weekly income, but lowest signing bonus. X4MIG. I think I'm gonna go with these guys. So middle weekly income, bigger signing bonus, but the goal is to finish 10th in the constructors. So we gotta outpace 2 of the other teams. I think we could do it. What are the loyalty rewards? Next one. Alright. Decal design. Yeah, this will do for now. Let's go with it. Alright, so we got X4 MiG. Now we're going to choose our power unit. Now, the big thing is we have five engine manufacturers to choose from. Now, here's the thing. So, bit of a history. None of these makers, Honda, Audi, Red Bull, Ford, Ferrari, and Mercedes, none of these powered Virgin back in the 2010s. Virgin was run using Cosworth, this British manufacturer, Cosworth engines. Now, technically they had a partnership with Ford back in the day. So I'm gonna go with the closest thing to that, and I'm gonna go with Red Bull Ford. So this is kind of like the stand-in for Cosworth. Part of me kind of wanted to pick Honda for the memes, just because it's like the weakest engine on the grid. All right, but we got to pick our drivers. So we got to pick from F2. All right, so we got John Bennett, Ollie Gotha, Rafa Villa Gomez, Luke Browning, Leo Fornaroli, Kushmaini. All right, I can only pick from this particular group, so you know what? I'm gonna go with Kushmaini as one of my drivers. And who can I pick from the other group? Oh, it's the same group. Okay, so shoot. You know, I'm gonna go into it with the drivers. I'm gonna go with Leo Fornaroli. So two of the more experienced guys in Formula 2. So yeah, let's go with that. Although, if I get further in the playthrough and Yuki Tsunoda becomes available, I am snagging him. Okay, so we got the corporate stuff down. Let's do the livery and the race suits. So it's a good thing I went to the podium pass before starting this, because now we got a bunch of liveries to work with. Now, if they would just load up. Alright. And perfect. We actually have an X4 MiG livery. So, yeah, we'll go with this, but I'm going to change the colors up a bit. So, I want this to mirror. It's not going to be a perfect mirror, but I'll get as... Actually, wait. Let me see here. You know what? Nah. As much as I know I was gonna try and do like one of these. Does any of these actually mirror the Virgin? No. No. Oh, that's loud. No. You know what? I think this is close enough. This'll have to do. All right, let's change the color. So I gotta pull up a old picture of the Virgin. Actually, nah. I'm gonna stand on ceremony here. I'm gonna go with just the basic one. So let's see here. We're gonna go with red as our base here. We'll do white as our connecting stripe. Hold on a sec. Let's go with a matte gloss. There we go. And then we'll go with black as the bottom. Yeah, there we go. This actually kind of works. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Alright, we'll go with this. And of course, we're gonna mess with the sponsors in a bit. Alright, so we'll do the race suit. I actually don't know what the race suits look like. Hold on, let me look it up. Virgin Racing race suits. It was pretty simple. It wasn't anything too crazy. It's not. They weren't. None of them were like this detailed. So. It's Lewis Hamilton. Ironically, this would have worked. This Lewis Hamilton DLC suit, but I would have just changed the colors. All right, let's do. I'll just go with the Azure one and then change it. Just make everything black for the most part. Make this a little red. There's a part here that I can turn it white. There we are. So we'll go that way. Alright, so we got this. We got the race suit. I don't really need to mess with the gloves too much. I could just leave this as is. Alright. Now that we got the race gear, I think we're good to go. Okay, so let's get our let's check our messages. Welcome to your office. Car development is critical. Basic facilities, okay. Okay. So it's just letting us know about the situation here. So I'm going to start with engineering. Let's do some research. I'm going to start with some aero. Oh, actually, no. They recommend we do a chassis upgrade. Okay. We could do an engine cover upgrade. Get that going. Do I have space for another one? Hold on, let me see. Do I have space for another upgrade? It's all 650. All 650. Durability upgrades. Nah, I don't have much, so I can't start anything yet. Alright. I do have some money for some facility improvements. Let me see what I can do here. 2% more resource points. Receive owner experience each time a research project is complete without delay. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna start with this 2% more resource points. It's gonna be important at the start. All right, now let me see about the personnel side. Upgraded intranet, increase morale in all engineering departments each time you complete a facility improvement. Increase pit crew performance by 10%. Focus 2 facility improvements at the same time in your personnel. Reduce cost of facility improvements. I want to invest in pit crew, so let me do this. Alright, it's going to take a lot of time though. It's going to take 31 days. On the corporate side, increase income from secondary sponsors. Increase the chance of signing new secondary sponsors via sponsor discovery activity. Receive 20k each time one or both. I kind of want this. But I'm gonna go with outreach group. All right. I just took a big chunk out of my my money, so we'll see how this goes. Now, we can also book activities, you know, to help get some other stuff done. So let's see here: fan rating, title sponsor loyalty, preseason order software dispatch, experience, department onboarding. I want to see if I could. I'll do this. The department onboarding. Now on the engineering side, we still got a lot of time before Grand Prix weekend, so I'll get them to do some stuff. I'll spend a little bit preseason research focus. Let me see if I can do anything else with them. Chassis calibration. Well, we are going to be working on the chassis a little bit, so let's put some effort into that. And screw it. I'm going to do the same for Aero. Okay. Now, on the personnel side, I could put them through training camp. Test sessions. I'm gonna... I'll do training camp and then the promo tour. Actually, wait. Let me do it the other way around. We'll do the promo tour first. Then I'll have them lock in with training camp. Okay. Now on the corporate side of things. Accounting push. Let's get some extra cash in there to make up for all the stuff that I'm spending on. Let's do a press conference. Do a media tour as well. And then the kickoff gala. That's it. Okay. So we got that. Actually, hold on. Do I have space for something else on the... Oh. Alright, I can do that. There we go. Alright, let's move on.
So, we're gonna need to open talks with drivers for next season. They could be ours, or currently driving for other teams. You should head to the driver comms page to see who you want to consider.
Sure. I'll do that. Let me see. Let me see who else is available. Let's see. Ritomo Miata is available. Max Esterton. Unfortunately, they didn't add any more drivers in. They didn't add any of the new drivers in F2 this season, so no Colton Herta, unfortunately. Shoot, wait. Miata's the only one here. Huh. So none of the drivers from last year that are, well, the only person that's dropped off is Yuki Tsunoda, but he's nowhere to be found here. Oh. Well, that sucks. Alright, well. Well, it's not like in F1 Manager where you can have like a reserve driver and stuff like that. You only have your two main guys, so. All right. Well. I'm gonna take it. I think I'm gonna stick with what I got for now. Okay, so on the research side of things, we're getting a little bit better. God damn, I'm already better than Aston Martin and Cadillac already? Really? Alright. So let me do a... Actually, what I'm gonna do is I want to do an aero upgrade. I know we gotta do durability upgrades, but I want to get some performance out of the way first. Okay. Oh. There was a... I thought there was a delay in... Alright, we got Master Planner, we got a trophy. Alright, anyway. Okay, let's go to the... Do I have time for something real quick? No, I don't. Alright, let's go to the grid reveal. And we'll go from there. Alright. We got all the new cars. Got all the new sponsors, the new suits. We got Caddy on the grid. We got Audi replacing Sauber. Of course, not every... we just did some shuffling on the assets. We're using some old stuff. You know, we just brought Arvid Lindblad over from F2 to F1. Put in the old Checo and Valtteri models. So, yeah. Okay, so let's move on.
We have something for you to look at, please.
Okay, let's see. What do we got to look at? Okay, we got an upgrade for engineering. Let's see here. Research. Oh, no. We've done the research, now it's time to develop. So we got the research part. Single development. So development speed standard. So this upgrade should be ready just before the Japanese Grand Prix. Okay, so we'll do that. I think I could start another research report. Alright. Anyway, let's go back to Aero. I think I could start that durability upgrade now. You guys wanted me to do that before, so I might as well do it now. Okay. Alright. Which driver should be granted simulator time? Should I focus on Kush or should I focus on Leo? gonna go with Leo here. Alright. Got
Great
some
news.
research.
One of our research upgrades is complete. Once we finish researching an upgrade, we can start developing it for one or both of our cars. Head over to the development screen to get started.
Alright. So let's get that going. So that'll be ready to go. Tire allocation, do I really need to worry about this too much? Balance, softer, harder. Nah, I'll just stick to the balance. I don't want to mess too much with that. Okay, go to race weekend. I'm gonna go as Leo for this one. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna play as him for the most part, and if other drivers become available, I'll try to go for them. Okay. Should I? Okay. No upgrades for this weekend. Alright, drive for quality, drive for the race. Lovely. Don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Vehicle and tire allocation is fine. Hello, hello. What's up? How are you? Okay, let's get one practice session in. Then after that, we'll probably do like an ad break.
The long wait is over. This is it, a brand new season. And before the show gets well and truly underway, we've got the all-important matter of a free practice session. It's great to be back.
Sorry, just gotta check some news real quick. Alright.
Hey mate, this is Mark. This is going to be a good year. We're going to have a great time together, and obviously the team are brand new, so I've set everything up from scratch. Let's make the big boss happy and show that we're not just here on the grid to make up the numbers, alright?
Alright. I mean, I know how to do practice programs. If you've played F1 MyTeam in the last like 2 or 3 years, you know exactly what we're going to be doing. But let's gonna go to session info here. So you're going to get 3 different programs to work with, and basically you just gotta do a couple laps, do how they want things. For example, track acclimatization, you just gotta go through the gates, you know, and then make sure you open up your DRS or activate your boost at the right times, and you'll be fine. Qualifying pace is just you got a hot lap, try to hit the target time. If you don't get it in the first go, you'll get like 2 other shots. And then race strategy is just do a bunch of laps at in a constant pace. So I'm gonna start with race strategy here. We'll do a flying lap. Okay. Alright, let's see how this car rolls.
Okay, let's have some nice steady laps here, please. Just a managed pace, like you would in the race. That's what's going to give us the best data. Okay, you've got race levels of fuel in the car. I want you to drive at a representative pace, all right? No hot laps this time.
Uh-oh. It's been a while since I played F125, so I kind of have to like relearn how the physics works on this.
Okay, mate, so plenty of changes this year. In terms of the engine, you've now got overtake mode. It's a boosted battery mode that'll kick in automatically when you're within a second of the car ahead to give you more power over the following lap, so you can get that overtake done. And don't worry about draining the battery, you can recharge more accordingly.
A lot more aero management in this one. You know, all the memes about this being a battery simulator. It's kind of true to an extent. Uh-oh. Alright, I need to pick up the pace for the speed trap. This thing kind of moves like a boat. Gotta get some weight reduction stuff going on this.
Okay, so from an aerodynamic perspective, the main changes are the new aero modes. Straight mode will give you less drag on the straights, and corner mode, more downforce in the corners. You can activate straight mode in designated zones that you'll see on track and on your MFD, and corner mode is automatic, so no worries there.
So S mode is basically the DRS. So don't be don't get too confused on that. Eh. Wait. Isaac, out of the way. All right. Oh, you're playing it too? Yeah, so one of the things is when you're starting a new MyTeam save.
Okay, as you know, another part of the new regs is boost mode. Don't forget to use it to make the most of that hybrid power.
Yeah. It's pretty much the same framework, so that's kind of why they went with the DLC route for this year. Hold on, I gotta adjust. I need to adjust the volume after this. Give me like 2 seconds. Oh, see that was so awkward. I feel like I was stationary for a while. Yeah, but the general thing with MyTeam is when you're starting out a MyTeam save, the car always feels super heavy to drive. Yeah. Yeah, because so it's not fully taken away. You know, most of the development resources for these cars are based off of the early season specs, so they're probably gonna do some fine-tuning with this eventually. But I don't know. Yeah, whenever you start out a new save in MyTeam, the car's always going to feel heavy to drive. So you really want to get some. You want to prioritize weight reduction upgrades. All right, final lap, and then I'll bring it back. All right, we got Checo out up ahead. Well, I'm not on a hot lap, so they can just do what they want. Thank you. Hi, 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 hi. It's okay. Let's try that again. There we are. I always understeer on that turn. But yeah, I'll get to grips with this. What I'm probably going to be doing is, obviously, my main core games, Le Mans Ultimate, Gran Turismo, I'll still be doing those, but in between, I could do, like, F1. I could do some other games like Formula Legends. So, maybe sneak in some Overwatch here and there. But, yeah, I just want to, Am I wearing the Curacao jersey? No, this is actually the Philippines. So, I just wanted to wear it.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent...
Let's... Okay. Alright. Let's return to track right there. Oh, shoot. No, not return to track. Return to garage. No, this is the Philippines national team. So, I just wanted to wear this. But this is the women's national team. So,
Car repairs have set us back a little.
it's only a front wing. It'll be fine. We'll be fine. But yeah, it's the international break for the men and the women. So, I decided to wear this. For the men, our national team wears Puma. So, yeah, I know. 8 more days. Bought 2 jerseys. Okay, which kits did you get? Alright, it's a busy grid now. Let me do track acclimatization. Yeah, but which jerseys did you grab? Oh wait, hold on. I keep forgetting. I wanted to mess with the sound a little bit, just make it a little bit quieter. Also lower it on my end. Okay. Oh, that's a little too quiet. Alright, this looks better. Or this sounds better. Okay, the Spain home? Home or away? I missed the gate, damn it. Got the home one? Okay, not bad. I really like the home one. Sadly, it doesn't fit me anymore, but I did have the... Oh, shoot. I'm completely ignoring this. I'm completely ignoring the gates. I need to try this again. I'm gonna get multiple laps to do this anyway, so... Yeah, I don't know. There's some weird picks across the board for sure. Yeah, oh, shoot. See, I gotta try this lap again. like I said, this car does not handle well. I need to get some... It's like super understeering. It's not where I want it to go. It's like I have to lift off to hit the apex sometimes. Dang it. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm a Liverpool fan too, so I have to have a say on Jordan Henderson. I don't know why he was picked. I get it. Maybe he wants like a veteran leader as like a mouthpiece sort of thing, but you've got other players for that. It's alright. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna kick you out of it. I'm not gonna kick you out for that. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, he has his and that's pretty much it with every manager, you know. They all have their favorites. I mean, you could argue Gareth Southgate was like that with Harry Maguire, you know, for all the memes about his performances. Right, and we kind of have that. Speaking with an American viewpoint, you know, we kind of have that with a guy in
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good
in
job
Real
indeed.
Salt
Got
Lake,
lots of
Diego
valuable
Luna.
information
He was
out
like
of
a
that.
big
Well done.
favorite of Mauricio Pochettino's as of late, but he didn't get called up to the national team, so I don't know. But what do I know? Through the garage. Yeah, it's one of those weird things, right? Where it's like, players are much maligned on their club in their club form, but when it gets to the international stage, it just clicks, you know. So yeah, that's not a weird phenomenon, you know, and it just boggled the mind for everybody. Everyone was like, wait, why is this happening? You know, he was horrible for Man United, but put on the 3 lines kit and boom, he's great. You know. All right. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna do this this one quali sim, and then I'm probably gonna run an ad break. Okay. I probably need to go grab some stuff anyway. Oh, he did get called up? I thought Kobe Mainu got snubbed. I guess I wasn't paying attention too much to the roster announcements. There are like some people, some rosters that I'm not like 100% memorized, so I'm just like, oh wait, they got called up? No way.
Hey mate, go well out there. Just a reminder to use hot lap mode rather than boost mode. Hot lap should be quicker over the whole lap.
Hitting the wrong buttons. trying to get my quali pace out of here, and then we'll fast forward to qualifying. Because you really only need to do one practice session. Alright, can I pass Lindblad here? Is the Virgin fast enough? I guess so. Now, depending on how this race goes, I might need to adjust my difficulty, because I have it on hard at the moment. But if it's too easy, I'll bump it up.
Program complete.
There we go. All right. Thank you for the follow.
We got some excellent data with that one, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Okay, Cobby's in there. All right. England has a good chance of making it far, but we'll see how the team plays. I wouldn't say the contenders. Yeah, I can honestly see them being a quarterfinal team. I have to keep reminding myself there's a round of 32 for this World Cup. You know, because I see some teams that are be like, oh, we're expecting them to get kicked out in the round of 16. But I'm just like, oh, that's kind of harsh on them. But then I realize there's a round of 32, right? But anyway, I'm gonna be back in about 3 minutes. Yeah, Netherlands is, you know, they're always, you always think that they're gonna be like kind of but I would be surprised if they make it to the semis this year. Yeah, especially considering they're doing, like, the way that they're doing seeding for the knockouts, they're kind of playing it like tennis, where the top 4 are going to be in separate quadrants, so they don't meet until, like, the semis or the finals. Not gonna lie, I don't mind that, per se, but I can understand if people think it's, like, kind of manufactured. But anyway, let's get out of FP1.
And that's it. Practice is official.
All right. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to be back in 3 minutes. I'm just going to run an ad break, but don't worry, you guys haven't missed it, or not going to miss anything. I'll be back soon, all right? Hang tight, more to come. Alright everybody, I'm back. Alright, so let's get some qualifying in. And I did see a follow on the way out. Thank you, Owen, for the follow. Much appreciated. 416? I'm actually kind of growing at a rapid pace, guys. This is actually pretty cool. Alright. So let's do one-shot qualifying. As much as I want to do the traditional Q1, Q2, Q3, I want to get right into the thick of things. So let's do one-shot quali. Now, let's see. I just want to see how my performance stacks up on the AI. Because if it's too easy, I want to up the difficulty. Alright, you can see me chasing after Lando's ghost over there. I can safely say that the car is behind the McLaren in terms of pace. Uh-oh. That's a mistake. But just catching up with the messages, there was a question here. Who's the dark horse of the tournament? I know this wasn't directed at me, but P16. All right. For me, my dark horse would be Japan. I think Japan could cause some issues for people. Now, one of their big weapons in Kaoru Mitoma, he's out for the tournament, unfortunately. But yeah, they're not somebody. Kush is all the way in the back. But yeah, Japan is not a team you want to take lightly. Ivory Coast or Morocco? Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Morocco. Especially considering some of the players that they've just recently brought over to their player pool. You know, they're bringing over a bunch of Spanish internationals, French internationals moving over, who have been doing well in both Ligue 1 and abroad. But I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people are probably seeing Morocco as pariahs after what happened at AFCON. You know, they're probably not gonna be too popular with everybody. So, especially in my area, you know, where I am in the U.S., because one of Morocco's group games is gonna be here in the New York, New Jersey area, over at MetLife Stadium. And we have a big Egyptian population in this area, so I know Morocco's gonna have a hostile reception here when they play against Brazil, which coincides with the fact that we have a big the city that's right next to us, Newark. There's a district in Newark called the Ironbound District, and it's vastly Brazilian. So we're gonna get you know, big hostile anti-Moroccan sentiment in this area, but also a big pro-Brazilian area sentiment. So yeah, it'll be a fun atmosphere.
A new era for Formula One. This is the 2026 World Championship. New regulations, new cars, new fuels, new drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's ride. We go racing to the...
Oh, I gotta skip that. Sorry.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll
old
start
assets.
pole position. And it's Lewis Hamilton.
So I'm really curious to see how they handle what Codemasters does for 2027.
Leclerc,
You know,
Piastri, Max Verstappen,
this is the old grid
Russell,
look from like what,
Gasly,
2022, 23.
Antonelli, and Carlos Sainz, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Isaac Hadjar, and Bottas, Lawson, Fornaroli, Franco Colapinto, and Ollie Behrman, Alonso, Bortoletto, Lindblad, Perez, Stroll.
Oh no, Stroll.
And Kushmaini rounds off the grid.
I thought Bottas was going to be the
Which of these talented
23rd.
drivers will come out on top today?
Verstappen dropped off.
And alongside me in the commentary box today, former racing driver herself, Naomi Schiff. A new season, a new dawn.
Oh, they got Naomi Schiff
and
to do
now
this.
24 cars
Okay.
and 12 teams on the grid.
First of all, this is such an exciting time. But for them today, I guess
Oh, I forgot to mess
you
around
would
with
be
the
really
sponsors.
nervous. It's the first time you're going to be doing this. There is so much to learn. But at the end of the day, they've got to remember that expectations aren't that high. They've all been there before. They've all had their first race, and no one is expecting them to land on the top of the podium. So just learn to walk before you can run.
All right. Simple enough.
Okay, mate, this is it. New regs, new modes, new opportunity. Let's go.
All right, so what do we got here? We're thinking about doing a one stop, go hards, then go mediums. Yeah, sounds about right. Car setup, we're in Park Ferme, so we can't really do anything about that. Yeah, let's stick with the one stop, and if something happens, we'll go there. All right, now here's the thing. I suck at standing starts. Excuse me. Oh, right, I can use this without, on the first lap. Let's try that again. Alright, a little too conservative there. Well, what are we, P14? I gotta RB up my... Oh no, that's a Red Bull.
Okay, so overtake is active. Overtake mode active. You're going to get more power from the hybrid system. You know how it works. Just use boost on the next
no.
long straight to get...
I accidentally pressed the wrong button. So I'm so used to using L3 and R3 as my boost stuff. So I accidentally pressed the camera option. Hold on a sec. This is not ideal. Hold on.
Okay, overtake enabled. Overtake enabled.
Well, I made a silly error. Oh, I keep doing it. God damn it. I keep changing the camera.
Overtake mode active. Overtake active. You've got more power now from the hybrid system. Use boost on the next long straight to get past.
Alright, can I get the Haas? Oh! No, I couldn't.
Okay, so with the new power units, make sure you're lifting and coasting before corners, and consider not always going full throttle. Try combining lift and coast into braking with boost out of corners and see if you can find a good balance.
See, I could. Alright, this is gonna be confusing. I'm probably gonna have to remap this so that way.
Okay, so remember, when you get within a second, you'll get access to extra power from the hybrid system in overtake mode.
Oh shoot! Was Ocon harvesting? Maybe put me a little bit further back. Get on the brakes. Well, that wasn't ideal. Now I'm kind of learning how to race with these new regs. What wheel do I use? I currently use a Logitech. I use a G923. Alright, let me see if I can actually use this this boost to make a pass. Got it done. Lovely. Oh yeah, the big one, Monaco this weekend. I'm actually gonna be also Zeno. This is gonna be the Monaco Grand Prix is gonna be a semi-Venoms meetup. You know, I'm actually gonna be watching Monaco in IMAX. I'm gonna be watching with our friend Dez, friend of the channel. Personal friend of ours. We're going to be watching Monaco in IMAX. We're going to be at the Lincoln Center in New York. And yeah, probably going to have some food afterwards. But yeah, to answer your question, guys, I use a Logitech G923. So, very good budget wheel. You know, if you're just trying to get well, I wouldn't say it's a budget wheel, but for like an all-in-one, it's a very good evergreen model.
Green flag, we're racing again, let's go.
Wait, there was an incident. I forgot to... Using a Thrustmaster TMX.
Gap to your teammate behind, 10.7 seconds. I've got information on Lawson. Right, they've got a serious...
Oh, hold on, let me, I kind of bungled that. Let me try that again. But yeah, Thrustmaster's not a bad brand. I started out with Thrustmaster back in the day.
Tyre condition still looking good.
I prefer this camera overall, so goofy shenanigans aside, let me see if I can catch up. I'm in P12. I want to see if I can maybe steal a point. Also, I'm on hard tires. No wonder I've been feeling wonky. It's Hadjar passing me by.
Okay, mate. Boost mode if you need it. Boost mode if you need it.
I'll let him go and have him try to fight off the rabble ahead. Maybe that'll reel everybody back in. Or I could just overtake him around the outside. That works too.
Okay, gap ahead, 2.4 seconds.
Alright, come on. 2 seconds. Alright, I'm starting to get a hang of the buttons. So the big thing is that your DRS is usable every lap. Well, what used to constitute your DRS.
You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible.
Oh, you started out with Logitech. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Not some tribalist that would be like, ooh, you're a Logitech user, you're a Thrustmaster user, get out of this channel. No. Do what you gotta. Play with your budget. Play within your budget. You know? I've given this story many times, but there's a prominent Gran Turismo professional, Daniel Solis, when he was still trying to make his name in the Gran Turismo pro scene, he did most of his qualifiers on controllers, so don't count people out if they play a certain way with a certain type of branding. Alright, now I've reeled them in. Can I get...
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
There we are. A little bit elbows out for that one. Oh, okay. Funny enough, that was me with my old Thrustmaster myself. You know, I had a lot of calibration problems with my old Thrustmaster, to the point where when I got my Logitech, I'm just like, thank goodness. So, famously, it happened on stream once where I was on for a good result, playing Gran Turismo Sport, but because my Thrustmaster decided to recalibrate on itself on the final lap, no less. Let me try that again. It screwed me over so bad, and I was just like, oh, damn it. So yeah, at that point I was just like, okay, I gotta save up for a new wheel. And I was able to get a, this 923 on a discount, so... And this was like 5 years ago. Alright, let's see if I can get Nico going into turn 1.
We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
I think turn 1 is going to be my main overtaking spot. Alright, I think I found my niche in terms of difficulty here. Do I have room? Yes. I'm in the points.
Good job. Nice overtake.
Oh, this is 20 laps. Okay. You know, I think in terms of Grand Prix length, this is fine for stream. Oh shoot.
Box, we're coming in this lap.
Okay. Oh, I realize I'm fighting off some medium runners here. Come on. Uh-oh. We lost Lawson, we lost Behrman. Hashtag not last. I say that in Kush DNFs.
Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
I think I have pit assist on, so I don't think that's going to be a problem for me. Alright. It's assisted, so I don't have to worry. Oh. Oh.
Okay, go! Your
Whatever.
late turn-in meant we had a slower than planned pit stop, I'm afraid. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
All right.
Let's go.
Here we are. Now we're on the faster tire. But these things are cold, so we gotta warm them up. Alright, so we're P15 at the moment. And we were P9 before we went in. So even the people that jumped us, keep doing this. The people that jumped us, they're gonna be on the hard tires now, so should be able to get around that. So there's a GOG pop-up that's showing up on my screen that you guys can't see, but it's getting in the way of my MFD, so I might pause the game in just a short bit to fix that.
Remember to adjust your ERS mode and your MFD if you need to.
Alright, I'm P10. Ooh, there's some damage.
Okay, Kush is coming in for his stop now.
Good for him. Got it. Oh, shoot. Let me try that again. Gonna have to try the dive bomb again. Oh, darn it. Didn't work a second time.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Bro, what do you mean about tire wear? I just went in like 2 laps ago. Alright. This is why I miss Jim as our race engineer.
The car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind, running hard tyres.
That's cool. Who's that? Oh, it's Carlos. I had a look.
Right, you've got boost mode available now. Use it if you want to.
Oh, I'm using it.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 28.5 seconds.
Alright, I wasn't paying attention. I got distracted on that one. Let me try that again.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
Shoot. Nearly went 3 wide. See, once I get more the hang of this, of these physics, and the new style of racing, I'm not gonna rely on the rewind feature as much, but I'm gonna be using it a lot for the early races. But anyway, where am I? P9 right now?
And gap to the car in front, 1.5 seconds.
This is not that bad. George in P7? Okay. I think they got all these stats through preseason testing. Oh, and George is going into the pits now, so he's gonna drop off. Mercedes struggling for points? Did it work?
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
Yeah, no damage, so we're fine. Okay, Will. Okay, Alex. We get it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to the visuals, you know, when it comes to the visuals of the cars and the car models, if I'm not mistaken, right now, this version of the Williams that you're seeing, this is just the show car. This is just the MyTeam model that's on the Williams right now. That's not the actual car, right? Because if you guys remember in preseason Williams were notoriously late in revealing their stuff. You know, they missed out on the first few days of testing. And because of that, it also translates to the game. So Williams did not submit an actual car model for the game. So what they did is they just took the livery of this year's car and put it on the base F1 car, which is kind of interesting. Obviously, they're gonna patch it, and they've already said that car models are gonna be updated in the coming weeks. You know, just to reflect some of the updates that were made. Like, for example, the Macarena wing that Red Bull and Ferrari made. My friend Catherine, she calls it the kebab wing. Those aren't reflected on the cars, so Ferrari and Red Bull just have the original look for these cars. They don't have the adjusted rear wings, so that's gonna come soon. Oh, I turned in late. Oh, Hamilton P6. Wait, I'm in P7? I just realized that. Wow. Maybe I need to up the difficulty on this. I have like the 10th best car in the grid. I'm on P7. I don't know. Should I keep it at hard mode, or should I make it harder? Because, like, where I am right now, this is kind of like where Alpine is on the grid. You know, fighting around the P6s, P7s. I know what you're saying. No. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, and I think 35% race distance is fine. So, let's stick with this. Now that the race has opened up a bit and it's gotten a lot quieter, now I'm starting to get a feel for the new regs and how the typical lap process goes. It's also pretty. It's also a thing that I like. Albert Park as a track. I think it's a fun track to race on, so. Alright. Yeah, I don't expect me to be able to fight a Ferrari like this, but you never know. Because we do have a tire offset.
The pace is strong, but be aware these tyres need to go the distance.
We're gonna be okay. Come here, Lewis. Get over here. A virgin fighting a Ferrari. You would not be able to see this in 2010. Because think about the drivers Virgin had back then. They had They had Timo Glock, they had Lucas Degrassi, Jerome D'Ambrosio. Not exactly proven F1 material, except for maybe like Timo Glock, but shoot, I made a mistake. Now I got the two Williams breathing down my neck. And I undershifted. Let me use some of that battery.
Gap to your teammate behind, 45.9 seconds.
Bloody hell, Kush, come on. I might play as Kush for the next round. I think I'm gonna alternate. You know, see if I could spread the wealth between the two. Oi, Lewis! Come on, man.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 1.8 seconds.
Sorry. I didn't mean it. For what it's worth, we caught up a little bit. Oh, I should harvest my battery.
Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Okay, I think I know what I want to adjust in terms of assists. I see that we have auto deploy for battery. I want to make that fully manual. So that way I could choose when I want to deploy. Especially when you take in the new boost feature that kind of that replaces DRS. Because S mode is basically just the arrow part. The boost mode is basically like the DRS where you gotta be within a second. Alright, Lando wins. So the developers still think that McLaren is the team to beat. Alright, I'll take it.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Excuse me. P7. Okay. Yeah, driver of the day for Leo. Gotcha.
Here's the checkered flag, and our winner has Landoed. It's Lando Norris for victory.
Did he say winner as Landoed? Okay, come on, Crofty.
To take the win at the first race of the season, now that is important. You get straight in to your competitor's head, and they now know that you are the one to beat.
Only three can take to the podium, and here they come. He holds the trophy aloft, and why shouldn't he? A richly deserved win today for Lando Norris.
Alright, so it's Lando, Oscar, and Max on the podium. Alright. I'll just skip through ahead. Wait, we're saving the highlights. Eh, it's fine. Alright.
Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Right, 6 points on the board for Virgin Racing. And let's have a look at the standings. So I put Leo in P7. The constructors, that's good for P5. We're tied with Williams. Okay. Alright, not bad for first start. Cost of repairs, wow. Oh, we have a damage allowance. Oh, nice. Fan rating and sentiment, that's gone up. Still early days for the newest team on the grid. Can't wait to see what it brings at the table. I'll take that feedback. Alright, now that that's our first race in the books, let's get back to the management side of things. Alright, wow, it's already 11 o'clock.
A sponsor is interested in backing our team.
Oh, okay. What you got here? Secondary sponsor discovered. Boas. Okay. We secured a new secondary. Alright, I don't have to do anything. It's just that, yeah, you have it now. Alright, do I have time for any things to do? No. Ooh. Fan rating, secondary sponsor discovery chance. Let me just do some quick fan outreach. Yeah, we'll do that. 2 days. Is there any 2-day things I can do here? No. What about here? No. No 2-day things. Cool. Alright, let's have a look at the boardroom. Let me see some messages. Points on the board. We secured a points finish with one of our drivers. While it wasn't a podium, it's still a positive outcome that contributes to our standings. Car performed reliably and the driver showcased solid skills. This reflects the hard work of the entire team, and we're committed to building on this performance. We'll continue to analyze and improve, aiming for even stronger results in the upcoming races. Thank you for your support as we strive for excellence. Okay, cool. Do I have any order training stuff? Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't have anything to do on that side of things. So let me go into the engineering end. We've got some new research to do because we got a buttload of research points. Let's see here. What do they recommend we do? Okay, we got some more research done. So we got a new gurney flap upgrade. But we have... Wait, is there a weight reduction thing here? Alright, we'll do the intercooler positioning. Start the research on that. We have time for another one, so we can do more... We can do more stuff on the front wing. Alright, the vast... That means we're gonna be super powered up for Suzuka. Do we have time for any of these? No. Alright. Now we have a lot of cash to work with, so I can get some extra improvements here. Let me see. We're working on the outreach group. Oh wait, no. No free improvement slots. I think I can only do an engineering upgrade right now. Improved comms for research. Or development. I'll do the development one. Alright.
Chief, I must remind you that we have parts fully researched that are waiting for development. Let's get that performance on the car.
Sure, why not? Let me see, I had a corporate upgrade finished. Let's see what I can do on the improvement side of things. 2% more cash each week. Title sponsor income 5%. Increase the amount of ordinary experience you take from National Saber and Corporate. I'm gonna do audience engagement. Get that taken on. Okay. Assign the upgrades. Do I have anything available? Nope. Let me go to development. Oh, we don't have any available slots to do that, so... Yep, you're gonna have to wait. Alright, let's go to race weekend for Shanghai. And I'll do Kush for this race. Now, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do the entire weekend, but at the very least, I want to try to get... I want to get free practice and quali done. Wait, today is Wednesday, correct? Okay, I know how to plan out this the rest of this week. Dry all around, lovely. Actually, let me try doing a quick practice session. So we'll do the tire management one. Okay, so it's just like a little mini game. It's just playing by chance. We get this. All right. 2 for 2. Objective complete. Get the weight reduction. And no more time remaining, so I don't think I can do any more. Okay. Just a quick practice session, get some of those upgrades done. I want to go over to FP2, FP3, do the same thing. Oh, what? Wait, we go straight to qualifying when this happens? Oh, it's a sprint. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Alright, it's a sprint weekend. I forgot that was the case this year with Shanghai. Yeah, let's do it.
It's a sprint weekend here at the track, and before we can go racing, we need to go qualifying. Who will be on pole for the sprint?
I was like, why do I only have one practice
out.
session? Then I realized. Alright, here we go. You can see the jitteriness on the on the engine when I'm trying to get on the power there. Alright, let's see where this translates us for the sprint. We're P13. Alright, not bad. Alright, so what I'm probably going to do is, because we're getting close to the end of the night,
Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend, so we'll see you all tomorrow.
alright, what I'm actually going to do is, I'm going to take a small break real quick. I'll take like a quick 3-minute break. Then I'll come back, we'll do the sprint, and we'll do qualifying, and depending on how much time is left, I'll see if I can do the race, okay? So hang back, I'll be back in 3, alright? Alright, everybody, I'm back. No more breaks for the rest of the night, okay? Let's get into a quick 7-lap sprint. Then we're going to do qualifying, and then, yeah, we'll do the race. Alright, let's get started. So we're going to be starting the grid from P13. If I remember correctly, for sprint, it's top 8. Top 8 drivers will get points. So we got 6 points playing as Leo in Australia. Let's see what we can do playing as Koosh. If the game does not crash. Alright, but for anybody that's still up and wondering what's happening in the world of basketball, my New York Knicks have, well, they're not my team. I'm a Nets fan, but I'm adopting them for this finals.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long track intro provides the best passing opportunity of the lap,
like,
with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head
like
into
2021, 22 era.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Piastri, Norris, Max Verstappen, and Hamilton, Sainz, Hadjar, Antonelli, and Pierre Gasly, Lawson, Ocon, Kushmaini, and Bottas, Albon, Hulkenberg, Arvid Lindblad, and Sergio Perez, Alonso, Behrman, Bortoletto, Fornaroli, Colapinto, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we usually see on the track.
I've only played the F1 games until pretty recently, like 2019 was the first game that F1 game that I really got into the F1 game series.
They're listening to the music.
Did we ever have Martin Brundle in the F1 games?
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Yeah, there's no need for a pit stop here. I'm overtaking on the outside. Sorry, Isaac. Oh boy. I don't know how that made that work, but I did. We're into P8. Alright, not bad for a first lap. boost mode. Oh shoot. Press the wrong button. Okay, that didn't work. Once more.
Okay, overtake enabled.
Alright, we got an Alpine and a Ferrari fighting. Interesting. And a Virgin fighting alongside.
Overtake mode active. Overtake active. You've got more power now from the hybrid system. Use boost on the next long straight to get past. Okay, so managing the engine's more important than ever. Your main way to recharge will be lifting and coasting, and you don't always need to go full throttle. Try some lift and coast before braking, then use boost on corner exit to get that extra energy deployment.
Let's see if I can get Lewis with this. Holy cow, I got a Mercedes behind me. Minor damage, but I think we're fine. Really wide there.
Good job, nice overtake. Okay, mate, so just a quick reminder, you'll get access to the extra power when you're within a second of the car ahead with overtake mode.
Gotta work on the brakes. But not bad for a first sprint. I mean, some of my moves were kind of questionable, but we'll see how that goes. Oh, I realized something. We're on mediums, and some of the people I'm fighting are on soft tires. Is that fight is? I don't know. Giving a good account of myself so far, even though I'm on mediums. I always struggle with this turn. I don't know. Alright. But I have a lot to do if I want to try to catch up to the guys ahead for more points. But P6, that's good for what? good for 3 points or 2 points? So we're fighting off Kimmy behind. We got Max ahead of us. Oh, that's gonna be fun trying to get past him.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.2 seconds.
Hanging in there.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Get some battery out of there. So we can push out. Although I do appreciate everybody that's come out so far. I know it's been a little bit less chatty here for the Shanghai Sprint, but you know, at this, I've never had a consistent double-digit viewership before. So I'm really appreciative of everybody that's come out the last few streams. You know, I'm really trying to make it to 500 by the end of the year, so every little bit helps, guys. So if you know anybody that likes sim racing or just motorsport in general and just wants to yap, have a fun time, not really have a toxic attitude, like yell at players and stuff like that, you know how like some people get when they play competitive games. But everyone is welcome here. Send it my way. Not only that, consider, if you guys can find the time or the heart to, consider sending a follow to the YouTube as well. I do multi-streams, so if you guys are watching on the Twitch side of things, you can also watch it on the YouTube side of things. Alright? So, if you'd rather support me one way or the other, totally fine and dandy. I'm almost at 100 over there. What I need to start doing is I need to start cutting up some of these races into like into long form content, and I need to start doing some clips. That's been a real big thing I'm neglecting as of late. So yeah, I gotta try to get back into things, get the word out, get the views out. You know, it's only up from here. Kimmy and Isaac are having a bit of a battle behind me, so that's keeping them at bay. Alright.
Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
I feel like I'm not taking this this section correctly. Am I able to hang on to this P6? It'll be crazy if I do. away, push away. Excuse me. Almost home. Save the battery a little bit. So we're gonna push it like crazy, getting out of this hairpin. Alright, Oscar Piastri is the winner of the Shanghai Sprint. Alright, beautiful. That's a P6.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
That's points from the sprint. Okay, let's see. Kush is driver of the day. Beautiful, beautiful.
So with
Right.
the sprint concluded, join us next time for qualifying. And of course,
Yeah,
the
so
main
3
event,
points for Kush.
This weekend's Formula One
Where did
Grand
Leo
Prix.
finish?
We'll see you next time.
Dang, Leo's 23rd. He dropped a position. Still beat Lance Stroll though, so that's cool. Okay. Let's see here. I only have time for because I gotta go to bed. I gotta wrap things up soon because I got work in the morning. So let me see here. I think I think I should be able to save this here, right? Yeah, I should be fine. I think I should be okay with backing out here. Go to the menu. Session progress we lost. I think we'll be okay here. All right, because we're only in the menus. Okay, so let's wrap things up here. So what I can do tomorrow is we'll pick this up. So now I've already got my schedule. So we'll do more F1 tomorrow. Friday I'm gonna go back to Gran Turismo because I got a league race to do on Friday night. Saturday I'm gonna pivot to Le Mans. I'm gonna pivot to Le Mans Ultimate on Saturday, so I'm not gonna do Gran Turismo. I'm not gonna do Gran Turismo on Saturday because I'm gonna skip the Manufacturers Cup round. So we'll do that, and we'll go from there. Sunday, if I got time, I'll do one more stream. But I do want to thank everybody that came by. So Silver, Owen, thank you guys for the follows. You know, much appreciated. Love having you guys on. But let's see if I can pay this forward. Let's see who's available for a raid. Let's see. Who's live right now? You know what? Let's pay West Coast Sim Racing a visit. He's also playing Sim F1, but he's doing some multiplayer lobbies. So yeah, let's hop on over there. All right. So yeah, he's got 50 people watching him right now. Let's add 10 more. All right, guys. Thank you guys all for watching. I'll see everybody tomorrow night. But that's gonna be it from me. I'll see everyone. Take care.